On March 24th, the last day of the Muslim League session, the police fired tear gas and made arrests of demonstrating Khaksars in Anarkali and Dubi Bazaar in Lahore. These rallies were against the government and also aimed to express their discontent with the Muslim League for its failure to address the grievances of the Khaksar Tehrik and get Khaksar's demands accepted. As a sign of solidarity with the Khaksars, not only did the public but also shopping centers remained closed, and the masses showed immense support and sympathy for the Khaksars. As usual, the public and the Khaksars gathered at the session's venue. Right when the proceedings started, people from the audience shouted, "What about the Khaksars?" The Amrita Bazar Patrika daily newspaper reported, the proceedings were frequently punctuated with Khaksar slogans. In light of this, Nawabzada Liaquat Ali Khan, feeling a sense of nervousness, promptly assured the gathering that a resolution on the Khaksar question would be placed before the open session when it met that night. At the evening session, an atmosphere of subdued excitement prevailed as the announcement of the Khaksar resolution drew near. The enthusiasm reached its peak when Jinnah, amidst cheers, stood up and made the long-awaited announcement regarding the Khaksar resolution adopted by the All India Muslim League. The aforementioned resolution ignited a wave of jubilation, accompanied by resounding slogans such as Allama Mashriqi Zindabad, Long live Allama Mashriqi, Khaksar Zindabad, Long live Khaksars, Jinnah Zindabad, Long live Jinnah, and Sikandar Murdabad, Death to Sir Sikandar. The Khaksar resolution itself conveyed profound sympathy for the martyred Khaksars and their grieving families, while also demanding a thorough investigation into the killings of Khaksars and urging the removal of the ban on the Khaksar Tehrik. In his concluding statement, Jinnah expressed his distress about the firing incident involving the Khaksars. According to the daily newspaper The Tribune, Jinnah was quoted as saying, "I was very much perturbed when I learned about the firing on the Khaksars. It felt as if my life had been shortened by 10 years upon hearing about this tragic event in Lahore. Despite being advised against holding the session of the League, I had complete faith in my people and thus decided not to postpone the session." It is noteworthy that although both the Khaksar resolution and the Pakistan resolution were adopted during the same session, it is surprising that the Khaksar resolution is neither acknowledged nor referenced at the famous monument, Minar-e Pakistan, situated in Lahore. There isn't even a monument dedicated to the Khaksar martyrs who sacrificed their lives for freedom at the location where the brutal massacre took place. These martyrs are among those whose sacrifices enabled the freedom enjoyed by the people in the Indian subcontinent. The same is true for Indians and Bangladeshis, as their history also completely overlooks the sacrifices made by Allama Mashriqi and his followers. This reflects the narrow-mindedness, extreme bias, and discrimination perpetuated by the Pakistani, Indian, and Bangladeshi establishments, which also hide the truth about Mashriqi and his followers' role in the freedom movement. These facts have been kept under the rug for various reasons, as later uncovered in this documentary. Furthermore, Jinnah's refusal to postpone the Muslim session and his strategic exploitation of the Khaksar tragedy yielded significant rewards. For instance, the tragedy drew a huge crowd, generating widespread attention for Jinnah and the Muslim League, as the number of attendees may not have exceeded a few thousand due to the Muslim League's standing at the time. Jinnah's hospital visit, impassioned speeches advocating for the Khaksars, and public display of empathy, including the placement of banners proclaiming "Justice will be served to Khaksars" and demanding an impartial inquiry, greatly enhanced his popularity. The government held an inquiry, but its report was never published, and Jinnah never demanded its release. The Khaksar resolution was merely superficial, as nothing came out of it. However, by providing solace to the Khaksars and successfully passing the Khaksar resolution, Jinnah's fame surged while Sir Sikandar's influence dwindled, ultimately leading to his political downfall. However, despite capitalizing on the Khaksar tragedy for his political gain, Jinnah later distanced himself from the Khaksars. Approximately 6 weeks later, on May 8, 1940, he made a statement disassociating the Khaksar organization from the Muslim League, saying, "The Khaksar organization is entirely independent of the Muslim League. I have sympathy with it, but I'm helpless. This change in stance resulted in deep disappointment among the Khaksars and the general public, as they had expected Jinnah to maintain a consistent position in supporting their cause. It is a common occurrence among politicians to exploit tragedies and sentiments for their own benefit, only to discard their promises once they have achieved their goals, and Jinnah was no exception.
To understand the truth about the partition of India, the politics of Jinnah, Gandhi, and the British rulers, watch the documentary titled The Road to Freedom, Allama Mashriqi's historic journey from Amritsar to Lahore. Additionally, read or listen to the audio version of the article named The British Chessboard, Jinnah, Gandhi, and the Strategic Divide of India, both of which are by scholar Nassim Yousuf and available on social media.